There are 5 characters that appeared in GTA 6 Trailer 2 and screenshots that we know nothing about, but I'm 100% sure that they will play a role in GTA 6's story, because some of those characters appeared multiple times, not just once, and they were pretty close to Jason and Lucia in the shots. That's why I assume that they are not just random NPCs and they will be relevant to the story. We're going to go over everything we saw in the second trailer and screenshots and try to connect all the pieces, but I want to warn you that this is all just speculation. The only thing for sure is that those characters will be relevant to the story, but their roles are unclear and we're just going to make assumptions here. So the first character that I'm going to talk about is the guy with the mustache. He actually appeared 2 times in the second trailer. Once when they were in a bar with Jason, Lucia and also Carl Hampton, and another mysterious woman that we're going to talk about a bit later. And another time, he was in the nightclub with Lucia and Jason, taking a video saying "Vice City baby," and clearly they are no strangers to Jason and Lucia. He appeared twice with them in the trailer, so it basically shows us that he is not just a random character, and he will play some role in the story. But it's unclear what role exactly will he play. This guy wears a purple t-shirt, he always has a mustache, he also wears some type of a chain or something like that, and also an earring. He has curly hair and I think that he might be a side character that will be relevant to the story, but not a key character. He might be just like Lamar or something like that, maybe close to it. Now let's talk about the woman that we saw right next to him in the shot where they were in a bar. And what I really want to point out, that this guy with the mustache and this woman, they seem pretty close, because in the scene in the bar they are almost hugging, having fun and talking. And why I think this woman is also not random is because there is a scene when Lucia is taking Jason out of the bar and that woman behind them is following them. So obviously it's a friend of theirs, and for some reason I have a slight feeling that she might somehow be connected to Lucia, because just look at her face. I think she looks pretty close to how Lucia looks. Maybe it's some type of Lucia's relative, maybe it's an aunt, a sister or something like that. Obviously it's so unclear, but she looks a little bit like Lucia in terms of facial features. And she also has a belly. It seems like she could be pregnant, maybe it's just the way this dress looks, but obviously it's all just a stretch. We don't know nothing about that, but she is also relevant to the story, and maybe that mustache guy and this woman, they are a couple. And I also want to say that it's unclear, maybe those are friends on Lucia's side, maybe it's Jason's friends, but I'm more leaning into Lucia's side of friends, because I know that for sure Jason will have a friend which is Carl, and maybe some other characters that are connected to Brian Heather, and these 2 characters are more connected to Lucia rather than Jason. But that's also just my assumption. Then we have this guy that actually appeared 4 times. 3 times in screenshots and once in a short clip, which is a lot. It is much more than other 2 characters that I talked about. And look, this guy also has a mustache, as you can see, but I don't think that this is the same character as the first guy we were talking about. Just because they have the mustache and a bit of curly hair, I don't think they are the same. They are probably different characters that just also have a mustache, and you can look at his face and look at his facial features and understand it's not him. It's actually a different character. And this time I believe he will be more connected to Jason rather than Lucia, because in this screenshot you can obviously see him with Brian, and in this screenshot you can see him with Carl Hampton mini-golfing. And also right here in the bar he's behind Jason and Carl Hampton, and finally in this clip he is also behind Brian and his wife Lori doing something in the background, probably preparing for the heist. So he's obviously working for Brian Heather, and he'll be connected more to Carl and Jason rather than Lucia. I also wanted to break down his look a bit. You can see he has a tattoo on both of his hands, he seems to like wearing caps, he has a gold chain, and he likes to wear t-shirts without sleeves. And he, as you can see, also loves wearing shorts. This character will participate a lot in the missions that Brian gives us, so basically in Leonid Keys area. There will probably be missions where Jason, Brian, Carl and this guy will have to do something together. So this is how I see it at the moment. I don't think it's a major character, but he could be like Ron that we saw in GTA 5 basically. Now look at this woman. She also appears in Leonid Keys area. For this character, I don't know if she is connected to Lucia, Jason or Brian. It's unclear how to make any assumptions here, and she also only appears 2 times as far as I found. And in 2 of those shots, she has an iguana on her neck. And actually, we can also understand that this shot in the bar and outside the bar happens in Rusty Anchor, bar that is located in Leonid Keys. She also wears the same feet, so it probably happened within the same mission, but it's also really unclear. But what's interesting is that the iguana with the crown and red short appear just in the beginning of the second trailer under Jason's house. So it could mean that this character knows Jason and Lucia because we saw her 2 times, and she also is talking to that guy I was just previously talking about. And as we can see the iguana under Jason's and Lucia's safe house in Leonid Keys, she probably visits them or lives nearby them or somehow basically connected to them. She also plays some role in the story, likely in the early parts of the game when we will be living in Leonid Keys area. And finally, the character that you probably paid attention to a lot more than to others. It's this cop, because he will play a huge role in the game. I believe he could be the main antagonist of the game. He was shown 2 times in the trailer and he actually had his own voice line in the trailer. He said, "Us cops, we gotta protect each other," to someone. And this cop actually created a lot of theories that Jason and Lucia could be undercover cops. They could betray each other and so on. Obviously I'm not gonna go deep into that because I already made a video and talked about it, but I'm 100% sure that this guy will play a role and likely a big one. Because just by looking at him, his appearance is very memorable, his looks and the line he says. So he'll probably play a major role in the game, and we just gotta wait to find out until the next trailers. Or, which is very likely, is that with the third trailer when it releases, Rockstar will also update their website. And when they do that, they will probably give us more information about other characters, maybe descriptions for them. Obviously, I want to say once again that everything that was said in this video is just speculation, we cannot know for sure, but I made this assumption based on the trailer and the fact that those characters appeared not once in the trailer or screenshots. They appeared multiple times and they were close to Jason and Lucia. So that likely means that they know each other and will play some type of role in the story. Maybe a small one, but still, those are not just random NPCs. Those are characters that we'll get to see and talk in the game and maybe even work for them as well. So be patient. I think that you probably didn't even pay attention to those characters when the trailer came out, so now you know about them and we'll see what happens. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any GTA 6 content, and I hope to see you in the next one.